Hello, friends. Your old Uncle Andy here, the UC Panda himself, coming to you on Friday, September 12th, with what we hope are some winning sports picks. I want to get right into it tonight, a little later in posting the video than we probably wanted to. But if you've been following us over at Twitter, you certainly have all the winners, and we hope you got to the window with them. It has been a pretty good week. It was a great weekend last weekend with football. If you tailed me, you know that. Your bookie knows that too. It was really just an all-timer for us. Went 23-7 overall. This is just from last weekend. Profit of last weekend, 22 units. I mean, how can you complain about that? Back in profitability for the year, just like I said we would be. We're at plus 8.5 units, and we've got more units on top of that. I haven't really added everything up. I'll add everything up come Monday morning. College football went 10-3 on the weekend, so we're 20-6 for that on the year. NFL bets killer on NFL, 13-4. And for all three losers I had, I posted Sunday morning. So I don't even know if I'm going to do any extra bets this weekend. That's generally the way it goes for me. If I do any extra bets because the books were dangling those bonuses out there and those boosts, and I go ahead and fall for it. But no, if it wouldn't have been for that, we would have had a 13-1 weekend, which is incredible. So yes, definitely keep us in mind on Twitter on Glandy Sports. I'm also involved in something on Twitter at Free Plays Daily. It's sort of a play of the day contest, and I've managed to string together seven straight winners on there. It's a contest of sorts where you just pick one play per day, has to have better odds than minus 140. You put it out there for everybody, and this guy tracks it. So I've put together seven straight winners. And to give you an idea, if I were to have strung those together as a seven-leg parlay or indeed my ladder challenge, I should have used this for my ladder challenge. I would have turned a $5 bet into $300. The probability of that happening is 1.67%. And to give you an idea, stringing these seven winners together, those odds are like 60-1. So pretty good. A little luck involved there too with some of those plays, but the other ones I think were just some good old handicapping by and large. Let's get to the plays for you real quick. I had some good boosts this week from DraftKings. We're going to go with Texas A&M plus 10.5. Great middle opportunity here in this game. I think Notre Dame's going to win the game, definitely. I think Texas A&M keeps it within 10.5. I love that number with Texas A&M. Packers last night laid the 2.5. It was a no sweat bet. If you follow us on Twitter, you got that. Easy winner. No doubt about it last night. Rocking chair winner. Ghost leg parlay on DraftKings. Going to go with Cowboys, Vikings, Colts plus 7.5. Positive payout. Love it. North Carolina State, Colorado 10.5. I think that might be on its way down. We'll see. Colorado not doing well here on this game live on Friday night. Like Browns plus the 12. I think Browns lose the game. I hope Browns lose the game. Love the Eagles. A lot of money coming in on Mahomes and the Chiefs at home. Really just a lot of square public money coming in on the Chiefs. It's kind of like the old Belichick Brady effect of, well, Belichick and Brady, they're not going to lose two games in a row, and especially one of them at home. Sort of gambler's illogic there. But I do love the Eagles at that price. I do think the Eagles, by the time the game kicks off, with all this public money coming in, I think the Eagles might even be getting points by the time it's all said and done by kickoff on Sunday. Love Chargers. Love kind of like the Colts and the points, but got them together in a teaser. Colts plus 7.5 at plus 100. Do like the Bucks plus 7.5 and the Jags plus 7.5. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not going to root against the Bengals. I'm looking forward to watching the game here in my basement on Sunday and maybe having a couple of drinks, a couple of snacks. Should be a nice little time down here in what I call the command center. But I do think the Jags are more than live to win this game. So I hope the Bengals win just by not more than 8. Love, love, love Cowboys lines, money line through Texas Tech in there as well to get it to a plus money payout. What I call a 5 unit pipe bomb. Certainly, lay the lumber on this bet. Go ahead and unleash the Kraken on this thing. And then I've got Reds and Red Sox tonight in Major League Baseball. Reds in a playoff hunt at even money. Take it all the way. Brady Singer on the mound. Take it against the A's. What do the A's have to play for? What do they care? Red Sox at home, 8-2 this year against the New York Yankees. Red Sox also at plus money. Let's go with it. Back with the Juice Reducer parlay this week. A little tricky. The college card, I think, was very tricky. A lot of big underdogs and a lot of favorites in look-ahead spots. And by look-ahead spot, what I mean is a good team, Um, Oklahoma is going to be a great example of it. We'll discuss them here in a minute. Oklahoma looking ahead to the next thing, playing Temple. Why are they going? Why in the world is Oklahoma traveling to Philadelphia to take on Temple anyway, laying 28 points or something? Bad spot for Oklahoma. I mean, I don't think Oklahoma's going to lose the game. I don't believe that for a second. It's just, it's a bad spot for them. It's a spot where they're going to be looking ahead to the next thing. And I think you see that with a lot of big teams this weekend. Juice Reducer Parlay has a 72% probability of hitting. A little more than I wanted, just not a lot of games that I really felt good about this weekend. Didn't like some of what I was seeing, but I will have Texas Tech, SMU, Auburn, Kentucky, Oregon, and the Ravens in my Juice Reducer Parlay. Confident the Ravens win the game. I don't know if they're going to cover that 12 and a half points now. Normally, I don't put pro teams on the Juice Reducer Parlay, but in this case, I will. So take the teams we just mentioned, throw them in with Kansas State, Arizona under tonight. Love that bet. Love that bet straight up as well. But I went ahead and teased it up a little bit to plus 104. These teams are combined 4-0-1 this year, or 5-0-1, I should say, on the under this year. Last year, Arizona, a major team at home with unders, going back all the way back to the 2023 season. And last year, this contest between these two teams went ahead and stayed under the number as well. So under all the way. Going to take Temple and 27 and a half points against Oklahoma. Like I said, I don't for 1 minute believe Temple's going to win the game. I think Temple can hang around though a little bit just because Oklahoma's disinterested. It's on the road. So we'll go ahead and take them at the plus 27 and a half. Georgia Tech. Love Georgia Tech straight up. Love Georgia Tech to maybe even win the game against Clemson. Love them at plus 7.5. It's going to be an even money payout of plus 100. And as you notice again here on the Juice Reducer Parlay, as we do every week with the Juice Reducer, the numbers in the parentheses are what the bet would be by itself. So in the Georgia Tech example, Georgia Tech plus 7.5 by itself is minus 225. You don't want to bet that, even though I think it's a good bet. But Georgia Tech plus 7.5 with the Juice Reducer Parlay, all those games we mentioned a moment ago, turns that minus 225 bet into a plus money payout at even money. So that's what that's about. Take Memphis money line. Not sure I understand all the Troy love. I know Troy last week hung around with Clemson pretty well. I don't think Clemson's that good. I think week one proved that against LSU. I think there was also weather delays in that game. So I think Troy came out of that thing looking a lot better off than they really are. Memphis, a pretty good football team for a group of, what do they call them now? Group of six, group of five. Love Pitt minus 2.5 against West Virginia. I think you go ahead and lay the normal line on that as well, but love them at less than a field goal. Like Bowling Green. I think Bowling Green's a scrappy little team, and I do like them in the number. Love Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State's been good to me for years. Love them to go ahead and stay within the number. Wouldn't be shocked Jacksonville State won the ball game. Vandy plus 10.5 at even money. East Carolina minus 3.5. Love that. Texas State plus 21.5. Love Wyoming plus 28.5. Wyoming, a pretty decent team this year. I love them to keep it close against Utah. Utah in one of those look-ahead spots I was talking about. Utah just wants to get this game over. And they're not in it for style points. I bet those guys don't even want to be playing this game against Wyoming. Wyoming's going to get on their nerves, stick around with them. I think Wyoming at least keeps it within these 4 touchdowns. Love Tulane in the 7.5. Love Air Force, and it should be Utah State. I'm sorry. It should be Air Force and Utah State over the number. Both of them over teams past couple years. These contests have been going over. Packers, that's already in the barn, so we just need the Juice Reducer to come through, and it's going to be a plus money payout of plus 123. Pats and Dolphins love this under. I think you could play this under by itself, but we went ahead and teased it up to under 48.5. The last 5 games played in Miami between the Pats and the Dolphins, so this would even be going back to the Brady days, I think, have all been unders. Pats, not a great offense. Dolphins, not a great offense. Pats, okay defense. So I do think the number stays on. That's all for us. We hope everybody is able to get this information. Go ahead and get to the window with it. We hope everybody has a great Friday night. Don't drink too much. We hope everybody has a great weekend watching football. Go Bearcats. They should roll tomorrow at Northwestern State. The line is like, I don't know, 46 or something. I'm not laying 46 points, and it's going to boil down to whether the 4th string walk-on kid is going to throw a pick 6 or not. We don't have time for all that. Hope everybody has a great weekend. And if you tail us to the window, we will cash tickets together. Have a good night, everybody.